So as far as like, I know you do credit, I know you do funding, you know what I'm saying? Like, explain to the crowd, like, what is funding? Like, what is, credit cleaning and stuff like that, so they can know like how you got to the point you at.
Right, absolutely. So everything that I have today literally has been because of credit. So every time I start a new business, I leverage my credit.
So for anybody that's watching, what is credit repair? What is funding?
Okay. So credit repair is for people who may have messed up their credit,
Yeah.
and they need to get it rebuilt. Funding is when you want to leverage your credit and get funding for your business. A lot of entrepreneurs, they kind of hustle backwards. They'll use their own money out of pocket to start their business when really they need to utilize business funding. And a lot of people don't know you can get funding with 0% interest for the first 12 months. So instead of tying your money up, I always say use other people's money.
Right. So is funding like, um, is it guaranteed with you, or like, because I see a lot of guys out here that do funding, but I don't look at it like, is it guaranteed though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Absolutely. So a lot of people think they can have messed up credit and get business funding.
right.
No. I see a lot of people advertising, utilizing funding, and it doesn't really work like that. You literally have to have good credit, especially if you want access to hundreds of thousands and $1 million worth of funding. So what I teach people is I teach them proper business structure, which is what the lenders are looking for. I
Right.
show them how to build their business credit, and then I send them to the lenders to get funding for their business.
Mm. So explain a little bit about what is a trade line or a primary.
Right. Okay. So a lot of people talk about trade lines all the time. I'm not a big fan of them because a lot of people don't know they only last a couple months.
Right.
So for my clients, I actually go in and build their credit up so they can get primary trade lines, which are trade lines in their name, instead of the authorized user trade lines, which are piggybacking off of somebody else's credit. When people are trying to get cars, the banks, they really don't take trade lines seriously. The
Mm.
only thing I really recommend trade lines for is buying a house if they need to get like a quick boost. But
Right.
other than that, trade lines are pretty pointless.
Right. So I see you building a duplex with no money now. How we go about doing that?
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. So credit is
Yeah.
power. All I did was leverage my credit. I got business funding, but instead of using like the line of credit, I actually liquidated my business funding. I transferred that money into my account
Right.
and used it as my down payment and closing cost. So I went
Okay.
to the closing table with business funding. A lot of people think they can't use their business funding to buy real estate, but you can if you liquidate it and know what you're
Yeah.
doing. So other than that, the only thing I have to do with the whole project is it's called a construction loan. That's what I got. So
Right.
every month I pay interest only payment. So it's kind of similar to paying a mortgage, but it's interest only. So my first payment was like $43. I'm pretty much done with the project, and the highest payment has been $3,300.
Right.
But I still didn't have to use money out of my personal account because when I did my budget, I added those funds in there. So when my contractor, when we request the draws, they request enough to cover my monthly payments.
Right.
So basically, this whole project, I haven't had to put a dollar out of my personal money, straight business funding, and I'm making over 200,000 off of $0. So
Wow.
credit is important.
Wow. So as far as like, would you prefer business credit or personal credit?
I definitely prefer business credit. Personal credit, you have to have it together in order to get business funding anyway. But
Mm.
for example, I don't use my personal credit cards because when you use over 30% of your personal credit cards, it drops your credit score. My
Right.
business credit cards, business funding, I can max them out and it's not gonna affect me on the personal side at all. And I max them out, pay them back once I'm finished with whatever business I'm starting. So I'm team business credit,
Right.
100%.
How did you get so good with getting like and knowing about the business credit cards, how to get them, when to get them, and stuff like that? How many you have, by the way?
I probably got like over 20.
Wow.
Yeah, credit card stacking.
Hey man, listen, Famous Wealthy Podcast. Right now, y'all see what I'm rocking, man. All Fashion Nova. From the head to the toe, man. Actually, a Miri on the toe, but Fashion Nova on the shirt, Fashion Nova on the pants, man. And Fashion Nova for the next 10 to 20 outfits, man. So if y'all see me in it, I'm rocking Fashion Nova, baby, on Famous and Wealthy Podcast. What site you think you can give them that they can go to that can get them like funding as far as with business, credit cards and stuff like that, that'll give like some sauce?
Right. Okay. So if you have good credit is the key. Because when you're trying to get funding for hundreds of thousands,
Yeah.
they're gonna check your personal credit. They're not going. It's not gonna be on your personal credit, but they're still gonna do a check because nobody's gonna give you money if you owe someone.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't make sense. But Fund and Grow is a really good site, and basically they go out and they're gonna find you a bunch of cards. So they basically will credit card stack for you
Oh, okay, okay.
and get funding for you.
So listen, I was on Instagram and I seen you got a divorce. How did that affect you?
Honestly, it was a breath of fresh air. I had a
Yeah.
divorce party. I mean, the divorce was cool.
A divorce party?
Yeah, I had a whole divorce party. Yeah.
Damn, that's wild.
But I think it affected me more because I turned into a single mother. So that's what I didn't expect to happen. Like I actually waited until I got married to have a kid on purpose because I never wanted to be like a baby mom,
Yeah.
a single baby mom, and yeah, he hasn't talked to his daughter in 2 years since we got a divorce. So that was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. So like, damn, that's wild. So
Yeah.
2 years?
Yeah, he hasn't said nothing. Her birthday passed in September. He didn't tell her happy birthday. Christmas just passed. He didn't tell her Merry Christmas, nothing. So
Damn. I wonder I wonder why though.
bitter. Yeah, just bitter.
Yeah.
But it's no excuse.
Yeah, for sure. Damn. So as far as like the single life, like single mom life, like how was that going for you?
It's hard trying to juggle all my businesses. So I run 8 businesses. And now I just have to be mom full time. I just have to take her with me whenever I have to do something if I don't have someone there to help me out with her. So that's really tough, just juggling it. But it's a lot of single mothers out there, and we just gotta make it happen.
Yeah. So single mother that's watching right now, you basically saying it is possible to still get successful when, something go wrong in a relationship or something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Amen to that. But I want to know, like, what's your next goals for 2025? Like, it's about to be February. What you got planned?
Really development. That's like my new baby. I'm super in love with real estate developing. I want to develop a subdivision. Multi-units. I know I got you an apartment complex, so I'm trying to get like you.
Yeah, I need to get more.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like you and do some apartment complex, but really just multifamily. The profits on multifamily is crazy. I jumped in with the duplex, so I skipped just a house, a primary, and went straight to duplex, and I love it.
So the fires didn't scare you in Cali, like with real estate?
No, because I'm not in Cali.
No, I'm saying like I just feel like, well, yeah, Cali wildfires, but I'm just feeling like I don't know. When I seen it, I'm kind of like I don't know. It look a little set up a little bit, So that's why I'm just like, damn, like they could take out a whole neighborhood like that.
Yeah, well, that's when you gotta have insurance. Insurance is gonna be your best friend. Yeah. But in Cali, it happens so much. Yeah. They cancel insurance because that's common out there.
I get it.
But but a lot of people from Cali are investing in Texas because of that. Like, Texas is the best place to invest in real estate right now. Houston, Dallas, like we have some of the lowest rates when it comes to real estate.
Okay, so if somebody that's watching right now that want to work with you one-on-one, what would you charge them for mentorship?
So my mentorship packages start at $20K. Okay. I got classes for $5,000. It just really depends on what you want. Everything I do, I offer a class on.
What all do you teach?
So I teach credit repair, business funding. I teach how to become a general contractor and build yourself. I do tax classes, everything. Anything you go on my page and see, I offer a class for.
So one-on-one, hands-on, 20,000, they can learn as much as you can teach them, basically.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's what's up. So you got courses, you got ebooks.
I got everything. I got courses, I got ebooks, I got Zoom classes, one-on-ones. Literally, I'm a one-stop shop. I do everything.
And as far as the funding, what was the most you think you got somebody funded for?
The most I've got somebody funded for was a lady who had a daycare, and I got her $1.5 million in funding.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you have any problems from clients, that you just be like, this not it? Like somebody that's trying to be an entrepreneur, that's trying to do funding or credit repair, like what's like the biggest pet peeve of people you deal with?
I feel like people nagging you, but that's business.
Yeah.
If you're not ready to be a people person, then being an entrepreneur isn't the route you want to take. But honestly, like in my line of work, especially when it comes to like credit and funding, you just have to give people realistic expectations. As long as you tell people how long something is going to take and you're
Yeah.
not just capping, business is going to go good for you. But no, everybody, somebody's going to always have a problem with something.
Yeah.
But for the most part, my clients are always happy because they know what they're getting into from the beginning. And customer service is everything to me.
Right, for sure. So when you see people out here renting homes, right, instead of buying them, do you think that's dumb?
Yeah, I think it's dumb because they're wasting their money. They could be building up equity.
Right.
Even if you don't want to stay in your house that you own, you still need to buy a house. Like even if you go get an apartment, you need a property to build up equity.
Exactly. So I've been seeing something going around on Instagram about the BBL realtor. What's that? What they on?
I mean, a lot of people call me the BBL realtor, and
Uh,
I mean, I don't care.
I
I
mean,
feel like the most important thing for you to do is invest in yourself.
yeah.
Like investing in your looks, it gets you a long way. So yeah, I'm the BBL realtor.
Yeah, I got
And
lipo, so they be calling me the
exactly.
BBL, this and
And
BBL. I'm like, okay, I'll take it,
right.
But it's bringing me more sales. I'm getting richer from
Me
it.
too,
So
and I'm a top producer.
yeah,
I'm a top producer at everything I do. So I
right.
mean,